and welcome back to Golf News Now. I'm your host, Michael, and we've got another great episode for you guys today. You're not going to believe it, the woke nonsense, the cancel culture, it's alive and well, and it's still here in the golf world. We're going to detail the Twitter battle between Brandel Chamblee, he's the head golf analyst over at the Mainstream Golf Channel, and the new CEO over at Live Golf, Greg Norman, the Hall of Fame golfer. Before we go any further, we'd love your support. If you subscribe to the channel, you're going to get a lot more stories just like this. This is a take and stories you're not going to find anywhere else. We don't abide by any of the mainstream agendas. We're just fact-based, and we're going to give you the truth and tell you how we see it, not how the PGA Tour tells us to tell you we see it. Anyways, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the video.
Ready to rumble!
Okay, so as I was saying, this all started out as a Twitter war between the new CEO of Live Golf and the head golf analyst over at the Golf Channel, Brandel Chamblee. Now, if you're not familiar with Brandel, he's got all sorts of hot takes. He's been in feuds with Tiger, telling him that he's had a grade F for the worst season on the PGA Tour. He went on a tirade talking about all golf instructors in the U.S. are trash and are frauds and that they should just quit, and YouTube exposes them every day. Like I said, this guy is full of hot takes, and he's back at it again. During this Twitter war now, he is tweeted at the World Golf Hall of Fame demanding Greg Norman be removed. Now, he's trying to cancel Greg Norman's career and just wipe it clean because Greg Norman has affiliation with the new Live Golf Tour and their backing of the Saudi government. It's unreal that Brandel feels the need that he needs to do this. It's completely unnecessary, and one has nothing to do with the other. Even if you want to remove Greg Norman from the World Golf Hall of Fame, it's not going to mean anything. Greg still has his career, and everybody truly knows he's a Hall of Famer. Anyways, it took additional steps when Greg Norman just fired back at Brandel, saying, what's happened to you? You're just a talking bobblehead now. You're just regurgitating the PGA Tour talking lines. Like, just shut up, man. And Brandel took the additional step after Greg Norman's response there to post text messages online. I'm going to show you those right now.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
So Brandel takes the extremely emotional decision and decides to post these personal text messages online, which, first of all, is just a complete beta move, and that's something a man does not do. You don't post private text messages online, even if you're trying to prove a point in an argument. Anyways, the text messages don't prove what Brandel thinks they do. All Greg Norman is saying is, hey, I think you do a good job. Like, I like your style. It's refreshing. Now, does that mean that he can't disagree with how you report on a certain story? Or, your take on a particular something going on in the world? You can't disagree with you? And this text message proves that somehow? Come on, Brandel, you're smarter than that. And thirdly, that argument of kicking Greg Norman out of the World Golf Hall of Fame because of his connection to the Saudi government, that's an argument of integrity. An argument that somebody like the PGA Tour or the Golf Channel that's completely affiliated with the PGA Tour, their connections to the Chinese government make their integrity really be called in question. They have no integrity. If you work with the Chinese government, you've thrown your integrity out the window, and all you care about is financial gains. So how dare you sit here and try to remove Greg Norman from the World Golf Hall of Fame? What should the PGA Tour be penalized for their association with the Chinese government? Let me remind you how much of a threat the Chinese government is to this country, the United States of America, where I'm making this show from. I've got a couple clips from the FBI director, Christopher Wray, I should say. Take a look.
biggest threat we face as a country from a counterintelligence perspective is from the People's Republic of China, and especially the Chinese Communist Party. We are now moving at a pace where we're opening a new China counterintelligence investigation about every 12 hours.
It's really hard to wrap your brain around what Christopher Wray just said, that they're opening a new investigation against China every 12 hours. That's crazy, man. And for as patriotic of a corporation as the PGA Tour appears to be, and God bless America and all this, for them to make millions of dollars with the main adversary against the United States and to not pay a single tax dollar on top of that really just makes you question yourself, and why none of the mainstream media is reporting any of this, and the hypocrisy in the arguments against Live Golf when the PGA Tour has its hand in the Chinese cookie jar. I've got more videos going into depth of the depravity of the Chinese government, but go take a look. They've got 1 million Uyghur Muslims in forced re-education camps as I speak. It's despicable. And the PGA Tour wants to have arguments of integrity. Maybe they should look up the definition of integrity.
What are you, stupid?
I know. We started off on some Twitter war and now we're down some Chinese rabbit hole again. But it's all interconnected, you guys. I'm telling you. The same reason Brandel Chamblee is out in some public feud with Greg Norman is the same reason that mainstream golf isn't reporting the links between the PGA Tour and the Chinese government. There's been a PGA Tour media blackout, and all the media members know what would happen to them if they reported the links between the Chinese government and the PGA Tour. Say bye-bye to your press credentials, and you're not going to be reporting on any PGA Tour events any longer. They'll give you the Phil Mickelson treatment, and he was the best left-handed golfer ever. Can you imagine if you're just some average Joe golf reporter? Yeah, it's pretty clear what will happen to you. And that was okay for a while, but now Brandel's proving that you need to take the additional step of proving your allegiance to the PGA Tour by going on the attack and trying to demonize anybody related to Live Golf. And this is what this whole public display by Brandel is. It's his proving his allegiance and saying to the PGA Tour, hey, I'm on Team PGA Tour and I'm letting the world know. It's quite funny that now the PGA Tour media team is operating just how the Chinese government would. Only positive stories, black out anybody with a negative story and make that story disappear, and make friendly publications start attacking your critics. That is the Communist Party playbook if I've ever seen it. But I digress. We'll be back with more videos soon. Hit that subscribe button because we're going to have a ton more hot takes like this that you're only going to find here at Golf News Now. We thank you for your support, and we'll see you soon, guys. Thank you.